is now above $100,000. This day, for many of you guys, thought would never happen, okay? And it did. I knew it was going to happen, but so many of you guys thought that this day would never come. But it did. And where are we? We are at $102,000 this morning. Last night, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you know what? Just because Bitcoin is at 102,000 does not mean the journey is over. There are still a lot of things you need to be worried about. That is what this video is about.
Blue Chip Crypto 3, Blue Chip Crypto 3. Now let's do some Bitcoin analysis. We broke the 100K mark, which is a psychological number, but we're going to see what happens. I just checked out the Fear and Greed Index. It was about 84, extreme greed. So you know what happens. People will sell off. I also did some charting on it, and it can run up all the way to 107K. Then it can pull back about 20-30% if it wants, or it can keep on going. Let's just see. We don't know what the formation of the pattern is going to be yet, since it's been so explosive lately. So let's see. Let's continue.
So let me tell you what's going on today, how you should prepare now that Bitcoin is above $100,000. It's going to get exciting, guys. Exciting and a little scary at the same time. All right, so let's talk about it this morning. All right, first of all, look at this. Look at this 6-figure Bitcoin, 102,392. It's getting very, very expensive, guys. What did I tell you guys? Psychologically, 6 figures is a big deal. It's a big deal. How many people can dig $102,000 out of their bank account and buy a single Bitcoin? Okay, just think about that for a second. Very, very little. Look at that huge spike we saw yesterday. I was at a Heats game yesterday, and unfortunately, the Lakers got blown out of that game, which sucks. But right there, I was watching it, and then boom, we went all the way up to 104, and then now we're hovering around 102, right? I do think that when later today, Wall Street opens up, and they're about to open up really soon, and today and tomorrow and this weekend, I think we are going to see a huge surge, okay? I think we're going to see that number go upwards. Now that we have broken through, I think we're going to see some craziness happen. But one thing I warned you guys, the video I put out last night may have been, I don't know, some of you guys may have been weirded out by it because like a lot of you guys thought I should have been like cheering. It was like, it should have been like me going all wild that we broke 100K. Because I filmed it honestly right before we got 100K. But it was a very important video because I told you guys the day before, right? Don't give up on Bitcoin because Bitcoin sometimes pumps and sucks liquidity out of the alts. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. The alts drained out. Like XRP went from 270 down to 35. AVAX went from 60 down to 52.
But also, all of these altcoins needed a natural pullback anyway because they done ripped. HBAR, for example, ripped 1,000% in a month. 1,000%. That's more than Bitcoin gains. I'm just saying. Smaller cap, bigger gain. IOTA ripped. Algo ripped. ADA ripped. AVAX ripped, XRP ripped. So, which it goes to show when Bitcoin goes up, it's true these prices can come down, but as Bitcoins go down, these prices actually go up. So let's continue.
HBAR and IOTA, Algorand, ADA, they all drained a little bit, and guess where that went? Right into Bitcoin, right? I said I've seen that story many, many times in the past where the whales, they pump up the alts and then what? They take that profit, they take the liquidity, and they pump that right into Bitcoin. But of course, that's just a little bit, right? Obviously, not all the profits have been taken out from XRP. I mean, we went from 30 cents to 50 cents to $1 to $2 to now 235. Obviously, most of the profits are there, right? It's just a little bit. But this is why I said don't give up on Bitcoin, because you're still going to see Bitcoin gain strength, and there's still plenty more to go. But let me get through what I want to go through before telling you guys more. But look at this. MicroStrategy yesterday had a big day, 8%. Today, about to open even bigger, 9%, and it's going to get huge. And look at this. Big Daddy Sailor says Bitcoin's going to hit 280 trillion by 2045. That is a huge number. That's a huge number, right? And
I think that's true, because let's just say in about 2 decades, that's 20 years, right? If it's already at 100K, if you do the math, for every one that you don't have, that's $13 million. Let me repeat. For every one that you don't have, for every coin that you don't have, that's $13 million that you don't have. You can work a job, you can have the most successful business, and it still won't amount to these returns. You can be working for 30, 40, 50 years, and it still will not amount to these returns. Times are changing, money are changing. Keep up or get left. Keep up or get left.
That's in 21 years. You know what? In case you guys are wondering, Bitcoin right now is sitting right below Alphabet and could be flipping.
The average person sees around 10,000 online ads daily. Here's how a man's life.
I think that it will flip gold. It will flip gold. It has to. Gold's at the top of the chart. It's going to be like one of the greatest investments ever.
And Amazon today, if it goes up a little bit higher, which would place Bitcoin right below Microsoft, and it would become the 5th largest asset in the world. That would be crazy. That could happen today.
The 5th.
If it goes up a little bit more. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it's going to happen. And it'll be sitting right below Microsoft. And the irony behind that is Microsoft may be adopting Bitcoin this month. And if it does, it'll be driven above.
I look at it like this. All these companies, right? Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, which is Google, the Saudi Aramco, you have silver, right? All these companies are going to put Bitcoin on a balance sheet, which is going to make it even worth more than it actually is. In fact, the hell with selling their products, Apple, Nvidia, which you need Nvidia because it's part of the tech world. You need Microsoft, but to me, Microsoft is outdated. You need Google, but who goes to Google search anymore? Who really goes to Google search to search things? When I want to find something out, you know where I go? ChatGPT or TikTok or something fast in a hurry. I don't go to Google search, type in Google, then type it in, then click the button, then run the different searches. Then you got to pick the right search. That's 4, 5, 6 different steps where you can just type in your problem. Hey, ChatGPT, give me your answer to this. Boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. So to me, the newer generation, the younger generation is basically what the future thinks. It's based on the younger generation. It's not based on the older generation because they don't have a clue. That being said, they're still on Google. They're still on Facebook. That's not going to work anymore in the future. It's no point. It's literally no point. And plus, you're outvoted. You're outdated. So let's get to it.
Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple, right? And I'll be sitting right next to gold where it should be. And then for the next 4 years, it's going to claw away at gold's market cap. And the irony behind that is Fed Chair Powell just said that Bitcoin is a competitor to gold and not dollars. And that's true, because if you think about it, Bitcoin is,
I tell people it's no point of you saving your money in US dollars anymore. It's no point. You're losing every year. Inflation, debasement of your currency, paying Uncle Sam tax. You're losing so much money every year just by sticking to the US dollar. Save all your money, not financial advice, but save all your money in Bitcoin. It's the only thing that yields you at least 29%. If you don't make at least 17% profit yearly, it's no point. You might as well say that you're running around in a hamster wheel. You would never break the cycle. You would never be rich. You would never be wealthy. Doing what other people do, depending on this, depending on that, you will never be rich. It's just no way. Not in this lifetime. Maybe in about 10 or 13 lifetimes, but not in this one. I think the best asset for the new generation and or for the future is Bitcoin. That's what I firmly believe. Blue Chip Crypto said it. The best asset for our time right now that we're currently living in is not the stock market, is not bonds, is not dependency on the government, is not none of those things. You will never be rich. You will only be in a rat race. The most thing that you can invest in right now is considered Bitcoin. I've been telling people it was at 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. It pulled back down to 15,000. No one listened. Now it's at 100K. 100K. Most of the people can't even grab that. So look at it like this. If you can't grab it and it's going to be millions of dollars in the future, you missed it. You missed it.
a digital gold. It's a pharmaceutical grade of gold. It's a better version of gold in every single way, with none of the side effects, none of the weaknesses of gold, right? But he's wrong in the sense of it is a competitor to the dollar, right? Because people are realizing dollar is worthless. Dollar inflates.
Dollar isn't worth it. For every dollar that you have, how much do you really have? For every dollar that you have, you're probably walking away with 40 cents. So do you really have a dollar? No. So look at your savings. Slash that in half. Just slash it in half. Then when you spend it, they're going to tax you for spending it again. What's the point of the dollar? It's outdated. You don't need it no more. You don't need it. When people wake up and figure out that they're in a rat race, they're going to be like, oh, aha, I should have just converted. At least put it in an asset that's going to beat inflation and beat debasement. But I guess no one have financial skills, do they? Nope.
And dollar is going to zero when, especially compared to Bitcoin, because all governments, including ours in the US, are all irresponsible. There's irresponsible spending, there's irresponsible borrowing, and there's irresponsible printing. That's why you can't be holding on dollars. You need to buy assets like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the best one there is.
Facts.
That's why Bitcoin is set to replace gold. That's why Saylor says Bitcoin is going to go to crazy. What is it? What did he say we're going to go to? 280 trillion. Yeah. The ETFs are soaking up Bitcoin like they're running out, which is true. And today, the ETFs probably will go even crazier now that we're above $100,000. Wall Street's not going to give up, guys. No matter what, they're going to continue to buy. BlackRock, I've been telling you guys, BlackRock, just like Michael Saylor, continues to load up hundreds of millions of dollars, and they will continue to do so. And so far, Bullcember has been pretty good. And that number, that 2%, is going to jump up phenomenally after today and will continue. Imagine if we compound that 37% November with another 37% in December. Let's go put Bitcoin into the 130, 140 zone, guys. Okay. That would be absolutely crazy. Keep in mind, we have a lot of metrics. Okay. We had gone through many cycles, and according to our metrics, we are nowhere near top. Nowhere near top. And the top could be 250, but considering that we're above 100,000 and considering that we may be heading to 140 by the end of this year alone, 250 seems way too conservative of a top for next year. We may be hitting 300, 400,000 guys. Okay. So
I think by next year, it's probably going to be worth 450 to 500,000. By 2030, let's just leap up 5 years. It's going to be worth at least 3 to 10 million. Just for one. Just for one. I'm telling you, it's going to be the most money you ever made in this lifetime. Quit the US dollar. It's no point. It's no point. You can still buy, you can still shop, you can still shop online, you can still do this, you can still do that. Yeah, maybe spend the basic money on it, but your investment money, the hell with a house too. There's no point. You can get way more money off of this than you. I don't think people understand what's going on. It ain't for everybody. I tell you that for sure. Blue chip crypto is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. It's for people that can see the future and see what the future can bring and how you can escape this rat race. It's the only way to. I mean, last time I checked, you can't work your way to riches. There's no way. It's not going to work. You would need to live at least 13 to 14 lifetimes. You cannot work your way to getting rich. You can only invest your way. If you can't invest, there's no point.
It's going to be absolutely crazy. The market has already opened. MicroStrategy has 844. Bitcoin is going higher now, right? But what is, look at that. Look at that big jump right there. Okay. So to end this video, and a lot of you guys, I'm sorry, I should be streaming, but this hotel room is so small, I can't really do what I need to do here. But I think a lot of you guys appreciate these small videos, short videos, getting to the point. So I'm gonna keep it short for the rest of this week. But the important thing is, like I've been saying, don't give up on Bitcoin. Now that we're above 6 figures, it's going to get crazy. For the rest of this week, going into this weekend, I don't even know what's going to happen. We might go straight to 110. I've shown a lot of charts in the past because now we're in unknown territory. Okay, there's no lines to draw. There's no.
This may be a price discovery. If it's no line to draw, it can go all the way up to 140K by the end of the year. If you get it now, not financial advice, you can make a quick 40K real quick. I'm talking about real quick. Faster than you going to a 9 to 5 working the whole year, and you probably don't take all that money home. And the thing about crypto that I like, right? This is one thing I love about crypto. That's why I'm an investor. You don't get taxed on your crypto, but you get taxed on the US dollar. Make it make sense. You beat Uncle Sam, you the man. You beat Uncle Sam, you the man. Let's continue.
Resistances. We may go straight up to 110, especially now that Wall Street, we have 2 more days of Wall Street. Today's the first day, Thursday and Friday. Wall Street might go absolutely bonkers. So we don't know what's going to happen. The ETFs might go crazy, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But we might go straight up to like 110 this weekend. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in alts. Here's what I think is going to happen. Wall Street is going to do their thing and start buying. But I do think the alts, since yesterday was kind of weak, today may be a little weak. But here's the important thing. I think the alts are going to come back hard. At some point, I think
the alts, because you got to think about it, right? I'm looking at the chart right now. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. In 1 week, it went up 6,000. Wow. In a month, it went up by $32,000, right? It was at 68,000. It went up by $32,000, right? And which is 50%. In 1 year, it went up by $57,000. Tax-free, 129%, right? From 38,000 to now 101,000. Now, we all know the greed to fit index. In fact, let me put that up real quick. I want to put up on the screen the greed to fear index, because this always been a great tool that I think everyone should use, especially if you're an investor. Greed, fear, index crypto. Let's see what it is. Greed, fear, index crypto. Let's see what it is. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a second. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Let me know if you guys can see this screen right here, and subscribe to the channel, Blue Chip Crypto 3. Blue Chip Crypto 3. Subscribe to my channel. That's all I ask. Blue Chip Crypto 3. Now, can you guys see the screen? Let me enlarge the screen a bit. Let's zoom in. This is the Fear and Greed Index, right? Fear and Greed Index. Great investors, they buy when it's no fear in the market, which means that people not really think about it, and they actually sell when there's a lot of greed. So right now, the identifier states that it is extreme greed in the market. It's at an 84. Extreme greed is at an 84. Yesterday it was at a 78, so it went up. So people are actually buying the hell out of Bitcoin right now, especially institutional investors. They're buying it. The Grayscale, the BlackRocks, the people that run the world, they're buying it right now. That's all I'm saying. The hedge funds, the big money, the VCs, the venture capitalists, they're buying all of it right now. Your regular retail money, the regular people, they don't have a clue what's going on. But the institutional investors are buying it. Now, that can keep it afloat. That can make it extremely greed, but it has to come down. It has to come down. In a year, it went up by 130%. Now, some people say it can crash down to about 20-30%. Let's just say 70,000, maybe 80,000, you know, which to me, once it does that, altcoin season. So it's like it's a seesaw. It don't matter what side of the table you on. It's perfect storm. It's the perfect time, and it's a perfect storm. Let's continue. I just wanted to show you guys the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index for crypto. Let's finish out this video. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification for crypto updates. Hit the bell notification for the crypto updates. Let's finish out.
Either this morning or this afternoon or tonight, I think you go see a huge surge in alts. Okay.
Yep.
I'm calling it now. You're going to see like a massive surge, a massive money dump into the alts at some point. And it's going to be glorious once again. So don't be distracted by yesterday. I know a lot of you guys are like, why? You know, it's great that Bitcoin went up, but what happened to the alts, right? I know a lot of you guys are heavy into alts, especially the guys, you guys were playing with leverage. Maybe you got a little discouraged yesterday, but I told you guys, go small leverage, and you got to pay attention to leverage if you go play it. Yesterday, to be honest, I was quite distracted because I was around at the game and stuff. It's hard to play when you're distracted, but you know what? Hey, I think the alts at some point today, you go see a huge surge in them. It could be all the way until tonight, right? And maybe this whole day and afternoon, nothing. But I think tonight, we're going to see like a sudden surge, right? Well, maybe we don't, but like if we don't, it'll be tomorrow. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin today with Wall Street open. If they're going to be massively FOMOing, maybe
See, but I just checked MicroStrategy as we speak right now, and MicroStrategy actually is going down. Now, a lot of people probably did a lot of call option in the stock market. So y'all know when everyone is doing the same thing, it's a switch. The opposite thing happened. Think about it. If they know everybody wants to be on their way to financial freedom, do you think that they're going to let everybody get rich? It don't happen like that. You got to damn near play. You got to play your own self at the same time. You know, so Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts. Do you hold Bitcoin? And let me know when and how long you've been holding Bitcoin. And do you like this $100,000 that it just hit, or do you see it going extremely higher? And if so, where do you see it actually retracting and actually coming back down? And if so, which charting did you do? And let me know. Leave your comments down below. Peace, love. I appreciate everyone. I'm out.